Okay, we got a beautiful day out here today shooting Big Stick Assassin. This is going to kind of be a recap, but I have a lot of new followers and some of them are coming over from compound shooting, so I want to give you 5 things to think about with each shot. Their stance, hook, alignment, aiming, and then your release. So I guess the acronym, the acronym I guess would be SHAR. So it's stance, hook, aiming, alignment, and release. So I'll go over each one with you. So in your stance, for me personally, I have a closed stance. The more closed your stance, the longer your draw length is going to be. So if you're having problems with arm slap, getting hit over here, just open your stance a little bit and that'll get rid of that. It's going to shorten your draw length a tiny bit, but just be consistent with your stance. Even if you're shooting off your knees, be consistent with how you would have your feet. Try to keep everything square if possible. The next thing would be a hook, where the string makes contact with your hand. You want it deep down on these first knuckles, not on the tips like that. So you want a deep hook, and what you want to think of your hook or your release as, just if you had a bucket in your hand and you wanted to drop it, you would simply drop it. You don't need to over exaggerate your hand opening or anything like that. So stance, hook. The next thing you're going to think about is your alignment. The best way for me to explain this to somebody that's either starting out, or the way for my mental picture to think of it is, think of metal sights on a rifle. You have the rear sights and the front sights. The rear sight is now your back elbow, whether you shoot lefty or righty, it's your rear elbow. And the front sight is the tip of your arrow. So you theoretically want to have all that lined up in one straight line. If you can, it's a great way to start. It's going to help you achieve a lot of accuracy. You want your alignment well. You'll notice with my alignment, my elbow is going to be out this way slightly. I've broken this clavicle a couple times, so that's just where I have to aim. So this is one of those situations where you're going to do as I say, not as I do. You'll notice when I shoot, my elbow is out a little bit like that. I would prefer it to be back here, but I just can't. So stance, hook, alignment. While you're maintaining good alignment, you always want to be pulling back. When I was a kid, I was, they said put your hand on your face and find an anchor point. And to me, that kind of meant like putting your hand against your head and letting it, hold it. That is not a good idea. Always have the impression and feel that you're expanding on the shot. You're always pulling back. If you collapse upon release, your accuracy is going to go downhill quickly. You always want to be expanding. So while you're maintaining that good alignment and pulling back, that's when you want to do your aiming. If you're aiming instinctively, just be as specific as you possibly can. If you're shooting at it, like say an apple, shoot at a small blemish in that apple. In this situation, if you're shooting at a balloon, pick a small spot on that balloon as to where to hit. You just want to be as specific in your brain as possible. If you're aiming with the tip of your arrow while maintaining that good alignment, go ahead and aim the tip of your arrow. Don't worry about the arrow moving around. That will take care of itself if you do everything correctly. The more you try to keep that arrow perfectly still, the more it's going to move around on you. So just let it float. And then everything will come together when you make the release. So we have stance, hook, alignment, and now we're doing our aiming. Now that we're done with our aiming, we're going to do our release. For your release, you want to expand on the shot. So in your mind, try to imagine a golf ball on your shoulder, and you want to catch that upon release. Just do that enough times. It's kind of like one of those fake it till you make it shots, or fake it till you make it things. Just keep doing that, and eventually you'll find that the whole expansion thing comes natural. So if you can do these things, especially the alignment, getting all that alignment correctly, it's hard to miss. So I'll try to, I don't want to show you my alignment and take out the shot on the balloon, but again, it's stance, I got a deep hook, I'm going to do my alignment, then my aiming, and then my release. So with that, you all have a good day and aim small. Be well. Oh, one last thing. On your release, keep your bow hand straight, as silent as possible until the arrow hits the target. So imagine the golf ball and keep your bow arm as stable as you can till the arrow hits the target. Those are things that are going to benefit you greatly if you're just learning. If you have any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, be well and aim small.